carpal tunnel syndrome? Well, carpal tunnel is the region right here in the palmar part of the wrist, the front of the wrist. It's a very narrow tunnel that consists of several bones, 9 flexor tendons, and then also ligaments and one nerve, the median nerve. The median nerve then runs through into the hand and branches off into 2 branches, the radial and ulnar nerve. Now, that region or that tunnel right here is very, very narrow. So what aggravates carpal tunnel syndrome, or what causes the symptoms that people get from carpal tunnel syndrome, is usually an overuse injury or poor ergonomics on their tablet, their cell phones, their computers all day, or someone that's working with their hands, like a chiropractor like me, or an electrician, or a construction worker, people that are using their hands a lot in repetitive motions. Some of the symptoms that you would see with carpal tunnel syndrome would be numbness or tingling in the palms or fingers, worse at night and in the morning usually, but not always. And also it can be radiating up into the forearm area. We have some great stretches and exercises for carpal tunnel syndrome, but more importantly, a brand new form of treatment called deep laser or cold laser therapy. It's been FDA approved and it works amazingly well. So it's non-surgical, it's safe, and very inexpensive. So if you have any questions about carpal tunnel syndrome, cold laser therapy, or anything else, feel free to write or comment below. Thanks.
Start in a seated position with your forearm resting on a table and your thumb facing upright to the ceiling. Bend your wrist forwards, and then extend your wrist backwards, keeping your fingers relaxed throughout the whole movement. Start in a seated position with your forearm resting on a table and your palm facing down. Place your other hand on the back of your affected hand. Attempt to lift your affected wrist up, whilst resisting the movement with your good hand. Ensure you keep your forearm in contact with the table. Hold this position. Start in a seated position. Grasp a weight in your hand with the palm facing down and rest that elbow on a table or your knee. Start in a neutral position, then lift the wrist up. Control the movement as you lower the hand back down to the neutral position. It is important to keep your forearm in contact with the supportive surface at all times. Extend your affected arm straight out in front of you with your palm face down, and drop your hand towards the floor. With your other hand, apply a gentle pressure to the back of your wrist and hold. You should feel this stretch down the back of your forearm. Hold a ball in your hand. Squeeze the ball as hard as you can and hold. Allow your wrist to move in whichever direction feels natural. Sit upright in a chair. Place your affected arm on a table, holding the forearm up and your hand and fingers straight. Bend the end and middle joints of your fingers, keeping your knuckles straight. Try to touch your palm with the tips of your fingers before straightening your fingers again. Remember to keep your wrist straight throughout the exercise, using your opposite hand to support it if needed.